Did you know you have to boil down about 40 gallons of maple tree sap to get just 1 gallon of maple syrup, and the season is just 4 to 6 weeks in a good year? Well, maple sugaring is a New England tradition spanning the centuries, and tonight Phil Korman, Executive Director at CISA, community involved in sustaining agriculture, takes us to the North Hadley Sugar Shack and Mayval Farm in Westhampton, where they're working hard right now in the throes of this year's maple sugaring time.
As we edge out of winter, the snow melting, we need to remember our farmers have been working hard straight through that very cold season. The two farms we're visiting today share a lot in common, though they're very different kinds of farms. What they share in common is that many members of the family work at the farm, that both farms needed to diversify and have many different parts of their business to bring to the rest of the community, and the third part is they both produce maple syrup. Our first stop today is a farm called North Hadley Sugar Shack. The Sugar Shack has been going strong for 20 years serving up breakfast. But before then, and still to today, they've been producing maple syrup, upwards of 1,000 gallons a year depending on the year.
I think it's, just a love of working outdoors, late winter, early spring. And when you visit a sugar house or if you ever boiled sap, that aroma that comes out as you're boiling it is just unbelievable. Believe it or not, my parents or grandparents never sugared. It's something my brother, John, and I, started tapping a few trees in my parents' backyard when we were 8 and 9 years old. Really kind of built up the business and then took it to the next level, and we built the North Hadley Sugar Shack where it sits here today on my grandparents' property. The maple sugaring season is very tricky. You need freezing nights followed by warm days to get that sap very active. That builds up pressure in the trees and allows that sap to move around and allows us to harvest that sap from the trees. So given those ideal weather conditions, for about a 4 to 6 week period, mid-February to even sometimes early April or mid-April, allows us to harvest that sap from the trees and boil it down into this beautiful maple syrup. Maple sugaring is a large part of what we do, but it's not the only thing we do. We grow a lot of vegetables and other crops, and we also have added our market now too, where we can sell our grass-fed beef and our chickens that we raise, our meat birds. You just couldn't rely on one individual crop, I don't feel, anymore nowadays. You have to have your fingers in a lot of different areas in order to sustain and be a viable business nowadays.
People were looking for this, like they were looking for where they can get local, as you can see, a lot of local items and things like that. It means a lot to us to be able to bring the community together, be able to sell their product out of my place, and keep us going and keep us doing what we want to do.
Mayval Farm is our second stop today, and this farm has been in the Parsons family since 1778. This is a vibrant dairy farm and one of the last 150 dairy farms left in Massachusetts. They also do sugaring, as many dairy farms have done, since it's the time of the year when other income is not coming into the farm. But Mayval has also taken on some new directions by starting the bottling of their own milk and the production of cheeses and a type of yogurt called skyr.
The farm has been in my family since the 1770s when Noah III moved from Northampton out to this land in Westhampton along the Manhan River. The farm has changed tremendously through the years, basically evolving for the times and also for the next generation.
We sell most of our milk to Agrimark Co-op in Springfield, but 2 years ago we applied to the State Department of Agriculture for a viability grant to build this building that we're in, feeling that we could do more with our milk, still sell to Agrimark, but take a portion of our milk and sell it with value-added products of cheese, bottling our own milk, which we think today local food is such a hot item that people want to know where their food comes from.
The cows are milked twice a day, and my dad and Kirsten and the milkers do a really good job at keeping the milk really clean and having a good product for us to use in the creamery. We bring the milk over and dump it in the vat, and because we're making fresh products, it's pasteurized. We have a farm store here in Westhampton at the farm where we're selling our products.
We've done maple for 50, 70, 75 years probably, and it's just, we look forward to the spring when it's time to maple. Spring's coming and it's something different to do, and even though it makes a lot more work, it is fun and rewarding when you see the steam coming out of the sugar house and smell that sweet smell. It's great.